Hello, my name is Ellie Barnes. I'm a writer and a librarian, and today I want to offer you 3 of my favorite science fiction and fantasy books from the last few years. Now you should recognize most of these titles. One is about to be a movie, one has already been a movie, and one is, well, at least the rights have been sold. My first selection is fantasy or horror. It's probably horror. But I also have so many horror books to choose from that I had to slide this one onto this list. World War Z by Max Brooks. Fantastic book. Fantastic audiobook. If you have seen the film, you do not know this story. Now, I actually liked the film. I thought it was fun. But the zombies move differently. I mean, it is totally different. And they really can't film this book. It doesn't have a single character except arguably Max Brooks as the writer. It's hard to explain. It is so massive in scale and so well thought out. I just cannot stop recommending this book. My second book is Ernest Cline's Ready Player One. It is not a brilliant book, but it is a lot of fun, and it was really unexpected when it came out a few years ago. Now, it's been sold as a movie, but there's no way they can film this. There's way too much copyrighted material in here. So they'll end up changing it. And maybe they'll change it to something better. But it still won't be the book. So you're better off reading this and then maybe seeing what they do with the movie in the future. My final selection is my absolute favorite book, probably of the last 10 years. Andy Weir's The Martian. They're making this. Matt Damon will be the main character. It should come out in November. And it's got Ridley Scott directing it and a fantastic cast. And I'm really hoping it's going to be faithful to the book, of course. But there are certain things that they will not have the time to get into, just by the sheer logistics of filmmaking. We will probably preserve at least some of the main character's voice, because he's alone for so long and because Matt Damon is playing him. The one thing they probably won't be able to preserve, at least not on the scale it's used in the book, is the intricacies of NASA. It's absolutely fascinating, and Andy Weir seems to know what he's talking about. They will probably hint at it in the film. I'm not saying that they're not going to deal with it. I just don't think that they're going to go into it to the extent that he has. And that's disappointing. In general, if I like a book, I still want to see the movie. And sometimes it works in the reverse direction as well. I actually saw World War Z, the film, before I read the book. One of the reasons for this is because, at best, a film is a really good cliff notes of a book. If you want to know the characters, if you want to get into it more, you've got to read the actual novel. Please let me know what science fiction and fantasy you've loved in the last few years. Put it in the comment thread down below. And I will be back on Wednesday with my favorite books on writing.